Alright, while I'm on the subject, I will not post this today. I'm not going to blow the damn internet up. Chaining something down heavy that will knock all the camber out of the trailer or make it go even maybe slightly negative, you got to pick it up before you chain it down. If I had to chain that down with it on the ground and picked it up, the chains would get loose, which is not a huge deal. Then you got to go back around and snug them up. But I usually pick it up, make sure everything's copacetic, it's sitting level, something's not funky with the trailer. Then I'll go ahead and chain it down, and then when I get to where I'm going, I dump my air, and while the air's dumping, I'll pull the chains off of it. That way I don't set it down and it pops the chains because it got tight. Another thing I was gonna show is usually when I'm pulling this with the booster, unless I've gone a long way, I just leave it on the ground. So I take all this shim out and I put this shim in there, which used to be a thinner shim, but the trailer's got a little more wear and sloppy holes, and nobody likes a sloppy hole. That hole, that pinhole, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, and the other thing I do is I take my blue line off and I shut the air off, because that booster axle's not going to have hardly any weight on it at all. Just basically it's tear weight, you know, a few thousand pounds. So if you had the brakes hooked up and you had to do a panic stop, you'd smoke those trailer tires, that booster, and faster than you can say, oh shit, it would happen. Don't ask me how I know. But anyway, so if you run around empty, you know, this one's got a regulator, so I put just enough air in the bags to get it up and make sure that shim right there, not this joint is tight. Otherwise it'll wiggle behind you like a UPS, the second trailer in a set of UPS pups that passes you on a windy day that's going from the zipper to the fog line. Yeah, it'll do that. So make sure that joint's nice and tight, and then unhook that brake line so you don't slide the tires. And I run all over hell like that. You know, you got to watch your speed, clover leaves, and turning in somewhere with a dip, because if the booster's turned and the trailer gets light and all the weight transfers to the booster, suddenly it will be the sharpest turning rig you've ever pulled in your life. So, you know, dips and curves and things like that with these East Coast trailers, you got to watch if you're going to run around empty. Loaded, it's not such a big deal, but that was another tip I'll share. I'll post this tomorrow maybe or something like that. I just standing here looking at it, sweating my ass off, thinking, you know, that was another thing I needed to share. That's what I forgot when I showed you how to get your neck straightened out. So I need to make notes or something. I should be more prepared for this. But anyway, that's another lowboy tip. One of these days I'm going to sit down and get creative with the dry erase board and talk about trailer specs, axle spacings, axle widths, deck lengths, kingpin settings, and what it does to what your rear axles see for weight, truck specs, wheelbase, stuff like that. My favorite gear ratio in a lowboy truck, all the pluses and minuses, the tire sizes and brake types, and you know, deck heights and beam heights and flange thicknesses, and all this crap I've learned over the last 15 plus years, and buying and selling trailers and spending millions of dollars to make enough to eat at McDonald's a couple nights a week. So anyway, that's another tip for any aspiring lowboy operators. Take care.